Loving someone and having them love you back is the most precious thing in the whole world. My name is Alice Akinpelu, your one and only Aphrodite, the goddess of love and beauty. Goddess of love and beauty. Although Amit Ray once said, if you want to conquer the anxiety of life, live in the moment, live in the breath. It's another beautiful afternoon, today the 28th of July 2021. You're welcome to Matters Born in the Heart. You always know that the art of the matter is the matter of the art, which is the matter that is always born in the heart every Wednesday 3 to 4 p.m. right here in the studio of Stride Radio, where we always make sure to give you all-round information and entertainment. My name is Alice Akinpelu, but you can call me Aphrodite, which means the goddess of love and beauty. Love is like a beautiful flower. Once you pluck or stop watering it, it dries up and loses its beauty and fragrance. Sometimes you see it glowing, you are happy and filled with joy. You start saying words like, you are the air I breathe, I can live without you. And in the next minute, it's drying up. Sometimes you think you're watering it, but you're doing otherwise. You want to revive it, but you're not sure how to, or you are even losing yourself in that relationship, confused on the way out. Well, not to worry, because Matters Born in the Heart is here for you. And that is why I always make sure to have a relationship or marriage counselor with me in the studio to discuss everything that has to do with your emotions. I told you last week that today is going to be an amazing time because I'll be having a marriage counselor in the studio with me, and we have this very important topic to discuss. This is something that you've somehow felt before or you are currently feeling in your relationship. It can happen to us at any stage in relationship. Sometimes you ask yourself questions like, do I really matter? Does she truly love me? Or I don't think I can trust him because after all men cheat. You ask yourself questions you might not have answers to. Not that relationship can be one of the sweetest thing on earth and can be overwhelming sometimes. The feeling of uncertainty, fear, and of, okay, what does even the future hold for me? A single lady once told me that she is scared of being in a relationship because of what people has told her, different breakups and how people cry, how they feel bad. And because of that particular fear, she felt like, okay, relationship is not my thing. I don't want to go into it. And that is what we are talking about. Yes, anxiety. Relationship anxiety can also happen sometimes at the very early stage in a relationship. Sometimes you feel like, okay, Jessica is a classy lady. Does she really love me? Like, am I a type? Do I really want it? And sometimes you feel like, okay, am I sure I really want to do this? And this is what we are looking at today. Yes, relationship anxiety. I told you that my guest is already here with me in the studio. Yes, and I have this amazing person. Yes, she's so beautiful. Yes, and when I saw her, I was like, okay, this is the epitome of beauty. Yes, okay. She's a relationship and marriage coach, master perfumer of Bamboo Perfumery, a perfumery brand established in 2016, co-founder of Seeds of Joy and Hope Initiative, an NGO focused on liberating the lives of youth and young teenagers. She is passionate about helping singles make right decisions maritally and to help both singles and married to do marriage God's way. I'm pleased and honored to introduce to you Oluwatosin Sanusi.
Thank you for having me. Thank you for
And I'm
having me.
so glad to have you here. And by the way, you look so beautiful.
Hey, I'm blushing.
Okay, so today I said we were talking about relationship anxiety. Yes, and though I've explained earlier before a little bit about before you came in, I've explained a little bit about what relationship anxiety is all about. But since I have a marriage counselor in the studio, so I know that you do more justice to that. So explain to us in details what relationship anxiety is all about.
Okay, thank you so much. First of all, I'm so glad to be. I'm so happy I'm here, and thank you for this amazing opportunity. love goddess, man. All right, so straight to what relationship anxiety is. Um, Relationship anxiety is just that feeling of fear, or worry, or insecurity that you experience in a relationship. When people hear the word anxiety, sometimes it looks like a really really big word, but it's just that worry, that feeling you fear. When you start asking yourself questions of what if this happens, what if that happens, could this be true, could this be that, so that's basically what relationship anxiety is, that feeling of fear, of worry and insecurity in a
Fear
relationship.
of worry and insecurity. Now, is it okay to be anxious? Sometimes we can't be too sure. And we might want to be on the safer side, like, okay, some people do it actually. Like, okay, if this person doesn't work out, I will move on to this person. So, how does relationship anxiety affect the current relationship?
Okay. It's just like the scenario you just gave now. If you have a plan B, you're not going to give your all, in plan A. And when I saw that question, one of the very first things that came to my mind was you hold back. Anxiety really holds you back from putting your all into a relationship. And as much as it is holding you back, it's also stopping you from enjoying that love. So it's stopping you from giving your all, and it's also stopping you from receiving that other person's all. So that person can legit be doing 100%, but you will not see it because you're busy worrying, you're busy being afraid, you're busy being insecure. So you're questioning everything, or some things that the person does. So automatically you're not enjoying the relationship. You are questioning everything, even when the person does something from their heart. You're questioning it.
Yes.
I'll give you a scenario. When I met my husband, I also had lots of fears because of past relationships. And whenever I do something, for example, then he used to open the door for me whenever I was wet. And in my mind, I'm like, oh, yeah, you're trying to use this one to just, make me think that
Okay.
I'll fall for you.
Ladies first.
I started questioning those things because they were not normal from where I was coming from. So I started thinking I was just pretending, doing those things to make me like him or to make me want to date him, and it stopped me from really enjoying those things. I mean, I was not in the moment. I was already thinking past the moment, like, it's a lie. I will not fall for all his answers. So yes, it holds you back. You don't give your all. You don't receive the other person's all. In fact, it's just in general, it just really stops you from enjoying the relationship.
It stops you from enjoying the relationship. Some time ago, a particular lady asked me a question. She was like, what does, okay, I can't really remember how she put it, but from the summary of it, she's like, okay, she doesn't want to go into any relationship. Then I asked why. She started giving me stories of people, of her friends, our sisters, the breakup stories, and because of that, she kind of created a wall around ourselves that made her feel like, I can't really, I don't want to go through this emotional stress and all that. So what are the triggers of or causes of relationship anxiety?
Okay, I like the fact that you use the word trigger because it's just something that starts it in you. And it could be so many things, but first of all, it could be past experiences. It could be your own past experiences. Like mine, it was past experiences that I had, gone through, past relationships that didn't work out. And for some people, it could even be, for this lady now, it was relationships that she could see. The relationship that were supposed to be like the model relationship, she noticed that things were wrong in those relationships. But some people, it could be their parents, marriage, or older ones, marriages or relationships. And for some people, it could be social media, what they are seeing online.
Yes.
Maybe they're just saying that so many people's relationships are collapsing, so many things are happening today. You're hearing of divorce, tomorrow these people are separated, and you're like, what exactly is going on? I mean, if marriage is beautiful, if relationship is something that you're supposed to enjoy, why are so many people falling out of it? And they just create their wall around themselves. So many times it's your past experiences, or the experiences that you can see around you, or social media. You'll be surprised, even some people, the books they've read, some books would give you that idea that nothing will really work out. They just give you this really twisted story, and you're like, what is this really what relationship is about? I don't want to be a part of it.
Wow.
So yes, it could be so many things, but I think the most popular ones are past relationships,
Okay.
or people's experiences around you.
Okay, now talking about past relationships, for some people, their partners, cheated on them before, lied to them about their true feelings. Some, their partner has dumped them. So going into another relationship, they might really feel scared of even being in a new relationship. So because it's difficult to placing your trust on someone else. So how can we
Absolutely.
stop this fear?
Okay. So first thing you need to do is to forgive yourself. You need to forgive yourself. So
Just like letting go of the
exactly,
past.
you need to forgive yourself, because so many times you even blame yourself, like, hey, why did I even enter the relationship with this person in the first place? So you need to forgive yourself. You need to forgive that person, because when you hold on to unforgiveness, it's just like baggages, and if you're taking that into your next relationship, it's going to show its ugly edge and probably even scatter that new relationship.
Yes.
So you need to let go, forgive yourself, forgive the person you were in a relationship with, and also now you need to start to learn how to trust again, because you just went through that same process and it did not end well. So now it's a situation of unlearning some things and trying to relearn. So it's not an easy process, I must say, but it's worth it, because for any relationship to thrive or to work out, you need to trust your partner. So you need to, one thing that I did was to come up with positive declarations. All right, I came up with, whenever a fear comes up in my mind, maybe something that happened, like, or what if he's just pretending and all of that, I came up with positive affirmations and declarations. I'll just say, no, I would enjoy the best in any relationship that I go into. I would give my best, and I would also receive the best of the other person. Just, I was intentional about the things I was saying. So every time that fear came up, I would always counter it with a word of affirmation. So what he did for me was that he helped my own mindset, that I stopped counting every fault or everything that I could see, and it also helped me to see the bigger and the better picture. So in that way, I was doing a reorientation of my mind, letting my mind move from that place of hurt to a place of healing, and now accepting love again. So yes, positive affirmation really did it for me. And if you're a Christian or a Muslim, if you just believe in something, also praying about those things would work. Praying about what you want to see. So I'm not saying what has happened in my past. Now I'm saying what I want to see.
Yes.
And the universe has a way of bringing those things to you. Like just like what we said earlier. I said I had not seen this place passing. Now when I know that I'm looking for a good man, I'm looking for a man that will take care of me, and I'm saying those things, I'm going to find him. Because I'm not, my mind is already close to bad men and all of that. The universe has a way of just bringing that good man and dumping it on my doorstep. So
yeah, this particular stuff has actually happened to me before. So back then I never knew it was called relationship anxiety. So I'm always doing some crazy stuff to be like, does this person really care about me, those type of things. So what are the symptoms? Some people might actually be like me back then, though I know better now. And they might not know that, okay, what I'm actually doing, this is not right, this is not good for my relationship. So what are the symptoms to look out for and be like, okay, I can feel this is
relationship.
yes.
Okay, first of all, if you have that thought that this thing is too good to be true, that might be a sign of relationship anxiety. If you're feeling like, this guy likes me too much, he's always there for me, it's too good to be true, maybe he's hiding something, maybe he's that might be a sign of relationship anxiety. That might be a feeling of insecurity. Also, if you're second guessing every of his actions, that might be a symptom. Also, if you go through the stress of checking his chats, checking his phone, reading his messages, that might be a sign. Also, you're just too clingy, you want to know where he is, you want to know who he spoke with, you want to know where he was at 5 p.m, where he was at 6 p.m. Maybe you called him twice and didn't pick up. You want to speak with the person he was with to confirm if he was there
On the blender.
So that might also be a symptom. And if you find yourself worrying a lot of, if he really cares about you, does he love you, is he going to leave you? Those might be signs also that you need to address.
Those are actually the signs that you need to address and look out for. Having discovered that you are anxious in your relationship now, is it okay to discuss with your partner what your fears are, or you should just know how to maintain it on your own without letting the person know about it?
Okay. Okay. I'll say it's actually safe to discuss it with your partner,
Okay.
but then there's a clause. You need to make sure that it's a safe place. And when I mean safe place, I mean, does this person give you that opportunity to express your fears? It's not everybody that can handle our fears.
Yes,
So
yes.
have you seen, as a person, actually shown and proven that there's that safe aura that you can actually express your deepest fears? And if your answer to that is yes, then please go ahead and express your fears. It means that they can handle it and they can help you on your journey to getting better. But if that person cannot at all, if the person cannot accept that fear, it's better to deal with it first before telling the person. But then it's even important to be in a relationship with someone that you can share your fears
Yes,
with. It's so
yes.
important. But there are some people that might not be in such relationships.
Okay.
But you can heal for yourself first, get past that anxiety, and you can share with the person if you feel like it's not really safe for you to do that. But if you know that it's a safe place, you can share your fears, you can share your joys, your happiness, the things that are bothering your heart, then please go ahead and share, like, okay, well, I have fears with this. These are the things that bother me. Maybe there are some
Okay.
things they might even be doing that could be a trigger for that. You let them know that it might not even be anything that you're doing. It might just be
Yes.
something I'm bringing from my past relationship that I need to move past, and I need your help on this. So it's actually important that I share my fears a lot of time, because sometimes you cannot overcome some things yourself. You need, like, some sort of accountability and someone to actually hold your hand, through that, someone that understands what you're going through, you know. So it's really, really, it's good that you actually share. You know that you're not alone on the journey. There's somebody with you. So days that you're feeling down, you're calling them. Days that you're feeling like you cannot move past this, you're calling them. So you guys can do this, together, and then move past it.
Okay, talking about doing it together. Okay, what in a situation where you are in a relationship with someone who has anxiety? How can you, as their partner, help them?
Okay.
Sometimes if you are in a relationship with such person, you have to go extra mile to prove your love to them, like, okay, my
Yes.
love is genuine, I truly love you. So how can you help such people?
Okay. Uh, First of all, you need to be patient. You need, in fact, when you know that, okay, yes, I want to help my partner on this, the very first thing that you need to do is be patient. Like, if you've been patient before, now be extra, extra, extra patient, because they're not just going to grow overnight. It's a gradual process. It takes intentionality and consistency to actually move past, that thing or that anxiety that they have. So you need to be patient. One, two, you need to also, sometimes they might need to see a therapist, sometimes they might need to
Okay.
speak to someone, a coach or a counselor. So if you see that they need to do that, maybe book a session for them with someone
Okay.
that you know, or even try to ask around. And you could also help them. There are some tips you could read up, about anxiety. Look for ways that you can, because there are different anxieties, so it might not be one clear cut
Yes,
way, to
yes.
help them. But first thing is be patient, and know that it might take a longer
Like the way
while
you're
than
doing
you.
your hand, like, be patient.
To be honest, because sometimes some people will say 6 months and they feel like, I've tried. Because sometimes it takes longer than you can imagine. Because something that they've been dealing with for years, they cannot just
Yes.
change overnight. So you need to be patient with them and give them the time to grow and move.
We're going to wrap it up with this particular story. I'm just going to read this out to you, then we we can wrap up with this. Okay. I've been with my girlfriend for 12 years and I feel like I
12
really
years.
love her and care way more than she does. She tends not to show much affection and often have to literally ask for a hug or kiss. I feel like I can trust her and that she is looking at other options. This really hurts me because she claims she loves me and is in love with me, but in my mind it feels like just words to her. Now, this is a typical example of relationship anxiety. So, for someone like this, what do you think the solution is?
Wow, they've been together for 12 years. That's a
12 good
lot.
years.
That's a lot. And he doesn't trust that she's not looking outside
Yes, like she has
for that.
maybe another option.
That's another example of relationship anxiety. You can't fully trust her that she's not having her eyes in other places. But I think the first thing I'll say is they need to talk.
Okay.
12 years is a lot to just throw away without making efforts. You need to at least make efforts first before okay, are we done with this, or what's the way forward. So they need to sit down to talk. And what I see here can also be an issue of not understanding each other's love languages.
Yes, and that is very, very important.
Absolutely, because I think from this, sometimes you cannot judge based on this question. Sometimes you have to ask the person, like, to hear the other side of the lady. But if we're just making conclusions based on this, I'll probably say his love language is maybe physical touch, because it was so specific to say that he literally has to beg her for a kiss or a hug. And we don't know if she's actually showing him love in some other areas.
Yeah.
But because it's not his love language, he's not interpreting it as love, to himself. But first they need to talk. They need to have this heartfelt conversation. Like, this is what I've noticed over the years. I have to do this. I have to do this. And I feel like you do not love me. I don't see that gesture coming from you. Nothing from you tells me that you love me. So we need to sit down. Do you really love me? Why do you think you love me? And the person will be like, I love you. I tell you I love you every time I bring you food. Or do you get what I'm trying to say?
Yes.
And to that person, that's how they're showing him that they actually love him. So they need to sit down to talk about it. Really, in fact, they need to dedicate time to talk about it, because 12 years is a lot to just throw down the drain like that.
Yes, 12 years is no bent. And I would love to say thank you so much for being a part of the show. 52 minutes gonna pass the hour of 3, which means we have to pack our load and leave the studio. I really appreciate. I hope if I call you next time, you will gladly come.
I'll run, yeah, absolutely.
So thank you so much, everyone, for being a part as well. Thank you for listening. We really do appreciate. So just so cap it up, a recap of what we've talked about so far, and the punchline for me is communication. Yes, just like I was, love language goes beyond you communicating your love to the person the way you want to be loved. Instead, ask the person, how do you want me to show you love? How do you want to be loved? So that is very, very important, and you have to put that in place. And also communication, I talked about this last week, that communication, you can't do without it, having an effective communication, because it goes beyond just sitting down or spending weeks or days together, but effective. Are you communicating? Does the person understand? And are you getting feedback? That is when communication cycle is completed. So next week is going to be another time, because it's going to be amazing, because I don't want to tell you who my guest is or what the topic is or how it's going to be, but trust me, you know that I don't bring the standard low. I always make sure to bring something new to the table every time. So next week is going to be another great time. Thank you once again for being a part of the show. You can follow me on Instagram at Aphrodite underscore Alice, APHRODITE underscore Alice, and trust me, I will gladly follow you back. If there is any matter you want us to talk about, you want us to discuss, just call me on 0815 339029, 0815 339029. I'm going to be ending with this quote from Karen, yes, and she said, no amount of anxiety can change the future. No amount of regrets can change the past. Good afternoon, and thank you for listening.